8 of the strangest and rarest animals ever found in the Amazon rainforest. Welcome to the mysterious universe. Dear friend, the Amazon is a vast forest concealing countless undiscovered mysteries, likened to a shared home, the cradle nurturing millions of animal species. Here, all creatures coexist, thrive, and struggle for survival according to the laws of nature. Some species have bizarre shapes, some possess terrifying venom, yet there are also those that, despite their unremarkable appearance, are incredibly friendly and beneficial to humans. Special episode of Here are the English translation options based on the given context. Bother. The happy eagle has the scientific name Happia happia. Additionally, this species is also known as the American eagle to distinguish it from the Papua eagle or the happy New Guinea eagle. This giant bird lives in Brazil and is called the harpy eagle, because on its head there are unusually long feathers that resemble the crown of a king. Currently, this bird species exists in very small numbers, primarily distributed in the tropical forests of Central America and Brazil. Scientists say the population of happy eagles has declined drastically in recent decades, primarily due to the destruction of their habitat. With its long, razor-sharp talons, massive size, and wide wingspan, Happy the eagle rightfully earns its title as one of the most powerful and formidable birds of prey in the tropical forest. In the wild, female happy eagles typically weigh between 6 to 9 kilograms, but there have been numerous recorded individuals exceeding 10 kilograms. Among them, the largest female eagle ever recorded was named Jezebel, weighing 2.3 kilograms. According to recorded information, Happy the eagle has a body length ranging from 86 to 107 centimeters with an impressive wingspan of 176 to 224 centimeters. Because of this, many people mistook them for humans dressed in bird costumes when they first saw them. Typically, Happy the eagle primarily hunts tree-dwelling primates such as monkeys or gibbons. However, during the food-scarce season, they may even hunt gazelles or small deer. Currently, many countries in Central and South America are collaborating to conserve and breed the happy eagle species. After years of conservation efforts, the population of this giant bird species has gradually recovered and is growing again in the wild. A Spanish photographer spent time and effort traveling to the Modovet tropical rainforest in Costa Rica to preserve rare moments of the glass frog, one of the world's most peculiar amphibians. The glass frog has the scientific name Hyalinobatrachium valerioi belonging to the amphibian family Centrolinidae. They were first discovered in 1872. The unique feature of this amphibian species is their glass-like transparent skin, with a distinctive mesh-like structure. Not only does the glass frog's transparent skin serve as camouflage, but it also performs several other functions, such as aiding respiration and absorbing water. However, this is also the greatest weakness of this species, as it makes them prone to parasitic ticks, mites, on their skin. Most glass frogs have light green skin, but some species in this family possess the distinctive feature of transparent belly skin. That house has internal organs, including a heart, liver, and digestive tract, all clearly visible through its transparent skin. This is precisely the feature that gives the species its common name. Glass frogs typically live in tropical rainforests and migrate to rivers to lay eggs. Therefore, finding and collecting specimens of this species is extremely challenging for humans. Not only because of their small size and distinctive colors, this species is also difficult to observe due to their natural habitat often being in rugged areas like riverbanks and streams, where the terrain is complex. The unique characteristic of the Sancho-lanide family members is their typically very small size, measuring only about 20 to 30 millimeters. However, some species, such as the Sancho-lanide stinger cordia, found in Colombia and Ecuador, can grow significantly larger. Chimpertu. Photos of animals shared online often attract attention for many reasons, whether they're cute, adorable, or look fierce and scary. However, chimpertus are a peculiar exception, as every photo of them captures a terrified expression. However, this bird is neither shy nor easily threatened, it's simply that their facial structure is naturally like that. Chimpertu primarily inhabit the northern half of South Africa. They possess large beaks and big eyes, which help them hunt prey easily at night. During the day, they prefer to perch quietly on tree branches or trunks. Their grayish-brown feathers also provide them with excellent camouflage. On their faces, emotions were always vividly clear, as if they had just witnessed something horrifying or were plunged into utter despair. Many believe this bird would be the ideal companion for Rumpai cat's lanky feline. The chimpertu is quite large in size, measuring about 30 to 40 centimeters in length and weighing between 200 to 300 grams. However, its ugly appearance and large, pale yellow eyes made it a haunting figure for many locals. I believe that chimpertu are messengers of hell, and anyone who sees them will surely meet with bad luck. But in reality, the chimpertu is a gentle bird species, with absolutely no habit of attacking or harming humans. In reality, birds can also benefit humans by eating insects, helping to protect crops and harvests. Despite its ugly appearance, this is still one of the strangest and rarest birds in the world. The Tamarin Monastery of Kivan. The Tamarin Kivan Sutu, also known as the small Kivan breed, is a small-sized key belonging to the cone-leaf chichit family. They originate from the Atlantic coastal forests of Brazil. As the name suggests, the golden lion tamarin has reddish-orange fur mixed with golden brown, with a longer and darker colored mane compared to the fur on its face. This species primarily lives in trees and often gathers in groups within a vast forest spanning 400,000 square meters. The groups will use scent to mark their own territory. At night, they usually sleep in nests on trees. According to research, a fully grown pygmy jerboa has a body length of about 33.5 centimeters, a tail length of 40 centimeters, and a maximum weight of only 7 grams. When pregnant, females can weigh up to 8 grams, while their usual weight is only about 5.5 grams. Notably, the tamarin monkey can mature in about 56 to 75 days and begin reproducing at 18 months of age. The breeding season lasts from September to March of the following year, with a gestation period of only about 126 to 136 days, typically resulting in twins or triplets. The tamarin monkey typically lives for about 8 years, but due to environmental impacts and rampant hunting, this species is now facing the risk of global extinction. This unique animal species now has only about 1,000 individuals living in the wild and approximately 490 more in captivity at zoos and research centers. The basilisk lizard, also known as the Jesus Christ lizard, is famous for its extraordinary ability to run across water at incredible speed, as if flying. The basilisk lizard is infamous as a fearsome deity in ancient legends, with a serpent-like body and a vividly colored dragon's head. It flickers in and out of sight and can exhale a deadly miasma, killing any creature that dares to approach. But in reality, the creature mentioned in ancient legends was simply a type of colorful iguana, primarily living in the tropical forests of Central America and belonging to the cold-blooded animal group. They live in tree hollows to avoid the daytime heat. When threatened by predators, Jesus lizards often jump into streams or rivers to escape. This species in the wild can run extremely fast, reaching speeds of 15 to 16 miles per hour. If they were the size of humans, that speed would soar to 800 miles per hour. Thanks to this agility, they can gallop across the water as if flying. These lizards have extremely lightweight bodies, with thin webbing between their toes that spreads out as they glide over the water's surface. Exhausted, even if they sink, they can. The sloth is a group of mammals belonging to the suborder Folivera, which includes the two-toed sloth family and the three-toed sloth family. They primarily inhabit tropical rainforests in South America. The sloth's most notable traits are its sluggishness and inactivity, along with a somewhat goofy appearance. Indifference to their surroundings leads many to mistakenly believe that they evolve slowly and lag behind other animal species. However, this is the evolution that helps them adapt to nutrient-poor living environments. The sloth is one of the slowest mammals in the world, both in terms of movement speed and daily activity. Part of the reason for this sluggishness stems from their poor eyesight. Scientific research indicates that sloths lost their ability to see around 60 million years ago. Therefore, during the day, a real sloth can't see a thing because the light is too bright. Moving slowly is the result of evolution, ensuring this animal's safety. When unable to see, they can only crawl slowly step by step, using their sense of touch to perceive their surroundings and avoid falling from the tree. Moreover, slowness also brings quite a few benefits to sloths. First and foremost, they help save a significant amount of energy. In reality, sloths consume about 90% less energy than typical mammals. Here are the two English translation options based on the intended emphasis. Moving slowly is also how sloths avoid being detected by predators. Sloths move so slowly that they easily become targets for predators like jaguars or eagles. Predators that focus solely on the movement of their prey will have a harder time spotting them. Sloths are one of the most unique animals due to their ability to rotate their heads up to 270 degrees, thanks to extra vertebrae in their neck structure. This ability allows them to detect approaching predators from nearly any direction. This is a particularly useful advantage when they spend most of their time motionless in the trees. Drop it. This insect stands out with a head that closely resembles a peanut still in its shell. Peanut-headed lanternflies originate from Central and South American countries like Brazil, and are commonly found in the Amazon rainforest as well as neighboring nations such as Ecuador, Colombia, Venezuela, and Bolivia. With its unique appearance, this creature looks exactly like its name suggests. Its head is shaped just like a whole peanut still in its shell. Their rough front part can be about 10 to 12 centimeters long, which both helps mislead enemies and can release certain toxins for self-defense when necessary. When attacked by enemies, they reveal fake yellow eyes on their hind wings and release an extremely foul-smelling substance to repel the opponent. Prickly beauty. Scientific principles confirm that the spiny-scaled snake is one of the most unattractive-looking snake species, with an outer layer of small, overlapping spines. Unlike its relatives, the spiny bush viper, also known as Atheris hispida asterisk, has a body entirely covered in overlapping, keeled scales. This is a snake species native to the tropical regions of Central Africa. Despite its small size, its venom is extremely potent. The bush viper stands out due to its unusually large eyes and distinctive rough, scaly skin. The bush viper primarily inhabits North and Central Africa. With its striking appearance, the bush viper, also known as the horned viper, has become one of the most peculiar snake species in the world. This snake species typically has an average length of under 50 centimeters. Most of them have horns above their eyes, but some individuals lack this feature. Thus, even to this day, many still wonder about the true purpose of these horns. Spider-tailed viper. The spider-tailed viper is a species of viper belonging to the pit viper family, endemic to the desert regions of western Iran. This snake species was first discovered by scientists in 1968. But it wasn't until 2006 that scientists were able to collect live specimens for study and confirm this as an entirely new species of snake. As a snake species possessing venom before humans existed, the spider-tailed viper employs an exceptionally unique and distinctive hunting method. Accordingly, the tail of this snake has prominent, rigid stripes that resemble spider legs, making its tail look exactly like a complete spider. This snake is called the spider-tailed viper for that very reason. And instead of chasing prey, the scorpion-tailed spider typically hides in the sand or rock crevices, raising its spider-like tail high and wiggling it to lure prey closer. Notably, not only does this snake resemble a spider in shape, but its tail also mimics the movement of a spider, making it look exactly like a real spider. The tail of this spider species can attract the attention of predators, especially insect-eating birds. When the birds swoop down to hunt, they never expect to become prey themselves to the spider-tailed viper. Additionally, the spider-tailed viper uses its tail to coil around and restrain prey, as well as to subdue other snake species within its territory. However, strangely enough, despite possessing deadly venom, the spider-tailed viper has become a beloved pet among some reptile enthusiasts in Iran due to its unique appearance and impressive hunting tactics. The poaching of this snake species has become widespread in Iran, despite their dwindling wild population. Turn the helm. The sharp-nosed leaf was discovered by French zoologist Pierre Sauchevanicerin. He was also an employee at the Paris Museum. The snake has a nose shaped like a leaf, along with the ability to flexibly bend. These are the most distinctive features of the Madagascar leaf-nosed snake. To this day, the purpose behind this bizarre nose transformation remains a mystery. The male snake has a reddish-brown back and a pale yellow belly, along with a long, slender snout. Meanwhile, the female has a speckled gray color and a short, flattened snout resembling the shape of a leaf. This snake has an extremely slender body, reaching up to 1.2 meters in length, and is almost entirely muscle with no other tissue. According to reports, the leaf-nosed snake lives only in Madagascar and is currently facing the threat of extinction. Like many other Asian snake species, the vine snake typically lives in trees and hunts lizards for food. This is a type of snake whose bite causes extreme pain but is not life-threatening. This is a species of the blind snake family. Their appearance closely resembles that of earthworms, so they are easily mistaken for one another. The original Dan dun has a glossy black color, shimmering when placed under the light. The Dan dun has a smooth, unsegmented body, which is a distinguishing feature from the Zon dat. Notably, the wrinkled snake also possesses the distinctive forked tongue characteristic of serpents. Dan dun are found in many parts of the world and often prefer living in regions with temperate climates. They prefer living in areas with plenty of rotting wood and damp soil, near ant or termite nests. Therefore, farmers often easily encounter the dun snake when they plow the fields. Despite their small size, quite a few people fear this species of snake. In folklore, it is often said that venomous snakes are extremely dangerous, and a single bite from them is as good as a death sentence. However, reality is far from that belief. Monitor lizards are creatures that pose absolutely no danger to humans. They have mouths that are too small and no fangs, so they can't bite people. They also lack venom since they don't need to hunt prey. The primary diet of the black snake consists of cockroaches and termites. Because they live mostly underground, blind snakes have almost completely lost their eyesight. Their eyes could hardly see anything, relying mostly on their tongues to navigate. Thanks to this special tongue, they can taste the air to sense humidity, surrounding movement, the scent of other creatures, and even locate food. This is a unisexual species. They cannot reproduce. All Dan dun found in nature are female Dan. They lay eggs, and the offspring that hatch from those eggs are all female. Dan dun is similar to dun, a creature friendly to humans. They dig and loosen the soil, making it more porous, nutrient-rich, and well-aerated, which provides many benefits for plants. In the animal world, many species possess venom as both a defensive weapon against predators and an effective tool for hunting. Venom is an extremely complex chemical, and producing it also requires animals to expend a great deal of energy. Nature's wonders always hold incredible stories, far beyond human imagination. Here are the natural English translations of your Vietnamese text. One of the animal species famous for storing venom is the tiger scorpion. This species primarily inhabits Japan and uses its venom mainly for self-defense. When threatened, it inflates its body, revealing toxin-filled glands containing the chemical bufadienolide. This chemical solution may cause difficulty breathing and seriously affect the heart. However, these two nuchal ridges do not contain any toxin-producing organs or cells capable of generating venom. To find an explanation for the strange phenomenon of the Kyobak cassava species, the research team at Old Dominion University in Virginia, USA, collected cassava samples from islands in Japan. After conducting research, the team discovered that the liquid contained the highly toxic compound bufadienolide, which belongs to the Kyobak saponin series. It turns out the origin stems from the cassava plant's own diet. According to reports, the king cobra Kyobak enjoys eating toads, amphibians with toxic glands on their backs containing the poison bufadienolide. When consuming toxic insects, the cassava plant absorbs and stores the toxins in its body as a defense mechanism against predators when needed. Even during the absorption of toxins, the cobra lily has the ability to transform and make the toxin even more potent than before. Not only that, after absorbing this toxin, the normally timid Kyobak grasshoppers become more stubborn and ready to confront their enemies. Meanwhile, grasshoppers without the toxin tend to flee when faced with danger. The mother cassava plants that accumulate high levels of toxins can also pass on a portion of those stored reserves to their offspring. This is just like wealthy parents being able to pass down assets to their children. The tentacled snake is a water snake native to Southeast Asia. It is the only species in the snake family with the unique feature of having two tentacles growing from its snout. These two tentacles are used to catch prey. The tentacled snake is a relatively small species, averaging only 50 to 90 centimeters in length. Despite possessing potent venom, they are not considered a threat to humans. Their fangs are small and located deep inside the mouth. The venom only takes effect when they attack small fish. This snake species is commonly found in Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam. They primarily inhabit murky water areas such as rice fields and stream crevices, and can also be found in freshwater, brackish, and saltwater environments. Water snakes typically lay eggs, and their offspring live entirely in aquatic environments. They spend their entire lives underwater and can dive continuously for up to 30 minutes without surfacing to breathe. The act of catching fish is carried out using a unique hunting method. Its long tentacles are used to grasp and immobilize prey underwater, while its body takes the shape of an upside-down U. When the fish swim into the area, the snake will dart down, aim its head toward the prey, and strike with incredible speed. The chicken eats coffee eggs. The African egg-eating snake is a species of water snake found throughout the African continent. Its primary diet consists of eggs from other animals. This snake has a small, slender head and a slim body, measuring about 0.8 meters in length, with vertically elliptical pupils in its eyes. The scale on its flank is small yet sharp-edged, and its tail is rather short. The back is gray, grayish-brown, or greenish-brown, adorned with black spots along the spine and black streaks running down both sides of the body. On the top of its head are two V-shaped marks, and a similar mark is located right behind the neck. This is a non-venomous snake species. However, when faced with danger or threatened, they will curl their bodies and move in a smooth, graceful undulation. The patterns on their bodies form an endless swirling circle that dazzles the enemy. Additionally, this snake emits high-pitched hisses and feigns attacks to intimidate its opponents, frightening them into fleeing. According to scientists, this species of snake will not actively attack its opponents, because if it bites an enemy, it will reveal its weakness of being non-venomous. Egg-eating snake. This time, the snake searches for eggs both on the ground and in trees, mainly at night. However, they are occasionally spotted foraging during the day as well. I've already told you, deer. Green vine snake, also known as the western vine snake, is a species belonging to the 3D colored whip snake family. They thrive in southern Thailand and southern Myanmar, then spread to Malaysia, Singapore, and the Indonesian islands of Sumatra and Java. The keelback is a mildly venomous but docile snake species. They typically inhabit secondary forests, primary forests, and mature forests, mainly in areas with vegetation near streams. This snake species is typically bright green but can sometimes appear brown. This species differs from the eastern whip snake in having larger eyes, a more slender body, and lacking the thin golden stripes running along both sides of its body. Here are 8 turtle species with the most bizarre and extremely rare shapes in the world that humans have ever discovered. Green-headed turtle. The scientific name of this turtle species is Alucer macros*, and it primarily inhabits the Mary River in Queensland, Australia. Their main diet consists of aquatic plants. Occasionally, they also eat seeds, fruits, and insect larvae. So why are the green-haired turtles so special? The reason is their uniquely rare appearance. You could even say they look incredibly cool. Thanks to the patches of green algae growing on their heads and bodies, they can evade underwater predators. They also have 2 raised patches of skin on their necks, resembling small horns. These structures help the eastern box turtle sense its surrounding environment. Not only does the Mary River turtle have a peculiar appearance, but it also possesses another unusual feature on its rear. This turtle can dive deep underwater for several days at a time. A rare feat among reptiles. This is made possible by a special organ located in their cloaca. The cloaca is an anatomical feature found in vertebrate animals that are not mammals, serving functions related to the digestive, excretory, and reproductive systems. Some freshwater turtles can breathe through their skin underwater, but the green-haired turtle's ability to respire through its cloaca is more unique, allowing it to dive for longer periods. The green-haired turtle can breathe underwater continuously for 72 hours. Thanks to fluid-filled sacs in their cloaca, oxygen from the water is diffused and absorbed into their bloodstream. Additionally, the green-haired turtle possesses a unique characteristic that sets it completely apart from other turtle species. It is the only surviving member of its genus. Scientists discovered that the ancestors of the green-haired turtle split off from all other surviving turtle lineages over 18 million years ago. This means that several million years ago, the common ancestor of humans and orangutans branched off into 2 separate evolutionary paths. Although they were widely bred in the 1960s and 1970s to meet the demand for household pets. But then, they almost completely disappeared. Until the discovery of the green-haired turtle, its distribution in the wild remained a mystery to the scientific community. and was officially recognized as a type of board in 1994. The mata mata turtle is a freshwater turtle species native to South America, particularly found in the Amazon River basin. They are easily recognized by their uniquely spiked shell and vibrant colors. These turtles prefer living in still waters such as swamps and ponds, where abundant aquatic vegetation provides shelter and food sources. Mata mata turtles are omnivorous, primarily feeding on small fish, insects, and aquatic plants. Currently, they face population decline due to habitat loss and illegal hunting. The spiny turtle is also known by its indigenous name mata mata, with the scientific name Chelys fimbriata. They were discovered in the Amazon and Orinoco River regions and are the only turtle species belonging to the Charlotte genus. The spiny soft-shell turtle has an incredibly tenacious vitality, almost to an unbelievable degree. They are a sedentary species, which makes sense as they live perfectly hidden to ambush prey and evade predators. The mata mata turtle is considered one of the most ancient turtle species still existing on Earth. This is a turtle species with an incredibly impressive and distinctive appearance. It is thanks to this unique external feature that they have become masters of camouflage from the moment they are born. When they were young, they looked like a dry leaf, but as they grew, they resembled a motionless rock or a piece of rotting wood. The long, upward-pointing tubular snout is a major advantage for the mata mata turtle, allowing it to breathe easily even when almost fully submerged. Only a tiny portion of its nostrils needs to break the water's surface. Thanks to their long, slender snouts for breathing, they become difficult to detect by both aquatic and terrestrial creatures. When fully grown, its shell resembles a piece of wood or a rock on the riverbed. The mata turtle's entire body is covered with fine lines in colors that blend harmoniously with its surroundings. This gives them an almost perfect camouflage ability. When fully grown, the mata mata turtle can reach a shell size of up to 45 centimeters, weighing around 15 kilograms or even more. Their shape also changes depending on size, easily shifting from red-yellow leaf-like forms to rough, yellow-brown segments, leaving a strong impression. Mata mata turtles typically eat small fish, insects, and other small aquatic creatures. When the prey unknowingly approaches, the mata mata turtle will suddenly lunge forward and open its mouth as wide as possible. Their mouths can expand at an incredibly fast speed, causing a sudden drop in water pressure inside the oral cavity and sucking the prey inward. This is also the distinctive hunting method of the giant whale species. Not only is the mata mata turtle covered in sharp spines all over its body, but it also possesses an incredibly strong pair of jaws. If provoked or threatened, they may attack the tormentor's hand directly with a bite force of up to 18 kilograms. Although the chance of severing a finger is very low, this biting force is still strong enough to crush the knuckle bones of an adult. This proves that this is an extremely dangerous turtle species to humans. Pig-nosed turtle. The pig-nosed turtle is a unique freshwater turtle, with paddle-shaped limbs similar to those of sea turtles. They primarily live in the regions of Australia and New Guinea. The standout feature is their distinctive, pig-like snout, which helps them breathe when surfacing or moving on land. Pig-nosed turtles are more efficient at catching prey underwater thanks to their short and compact snouts. The population has declined severely due to rampant hunting, causing the species' distinctive morphological, ecological, and behavioral traits to no longer stand out as they once did. The pig-nosed turtle is a vivid testament to evolution and geographic distribution, with a habitat range stretching from New Guinea to Australia. This peculiar turtle has a soft, leathery shell that is gray or olive in color, with males notably having a long, slender tail and being smaller than females. The pig-nosed turtle can grow up to about 70 centimeters long and weigh over 20 kilograms. They are omnivorous, with a diet that includes plants, invertebrates, and fish. The pig-nosed turtle has a wide habitat range and swims by paddling its feet, unlike typical freshwater turtles. The big-headed turtle is a unique species with a head significantly larger than other turtles. This distinctive feature makes them easily distinguishable from common turtle species. The big-headed turtle typically inhabits the mountainous regions of Southeast Asia. They have light brown shells, smooth legs, and large heads that cannot retract into their shells. The head is protected by a hard, horny plate to prevent injury. Big-headed turtles typically inhabit slow-moving streams. During the day, they usually rest, while their foraging activities mainly occur at dusk or at night. Their food mainly consists of mollusks and small insects. This species has a distinctive long tail, a pointed hook-shaped head, and is known as the keeled box turtle with a thick and sturdy shell. In Vietnam, the big-headed turtle is listed among the reptile species of Hoang Linh National Park and Ba Bì National Park. Western Yen 2 Nature Reserve, Phong Nha, Cây Bang National Park, Tam Dao National Park, and other distribution areas such as the Central Region, Hoang Tru, and the Central Highlands. This species is declining severely in population due to the loss of primary forests and excessive hunting. The Vietnam Red Book classifies the big-headed turtle as an critically endangered species. The red-bellied short-necked turtle. The red-bellied short-necked turtle is an incredibly adorable creature, often chosen by many as a household pet. The red-bellied short-necked turtle has orange edges on the outer and central parts of its plastron. As turtles grow older, the colors on their shells gradually fade. This turtle species primarily lives underwater, only coming ashore to lay eggs or bask in the sunlight. Its neck causes tears to flow into its mouth and throat while it keeps its mouth open to breathe steadily, resembling a dog. The primary diet of the red-bellied short-necked turtle consists of insects and small mollusks. The red-bellied turtle is a relatively uncommon freshwater species in the pet turtle hobby. They belong to the side-necked turtle or hidden-necked turtle family. The reason is that when frightened, instead of retracting their heads into their shells like other turtles, they bend their necks to the side. The red-bellied turtles are naturally shy creatures and only feel truly safe when in the water. Even when kept with other species, they rarely cause disturbances or become a nuisance. You should limit washing them to avoid causing fear and stress. The red-bellied turtle primarily inhabits two regions, Grosida and Zoxa in the United States. They are agile and quick to adapt to their environment. During the day, they spend most of their time moving around on land, basking in the sunlight, also known as artificial sunbathing. The Indian star tortoise. This turtle is hailed as the owner of the most beautiful shell in the world. The radiated tortoise is a species native to Madagascar, currently being hunted and killed in a cruel manner. The radiant tortoise leaves many in awe with its unique beauty and one-of-a-kind features. The radiated tortoise is one of the most heavily hunted turtle species in the world. Notably, they have an extremely impressive lifespan, with the recorded record reaching up to 188 years. They are classified as endangered wildlife species. Their hats have a high dome shape, with star-patterned veins embossed on the surface forming a golden star. Because their shells have bright streaks radiating like sunlight, this turtle is called the radiated tortoise. Some turtles have distinct spots on their shells, very short heads, and large legs covered in a yellowish layer. During mating season, male turtles often exhibit rather unusual behaviors, such as frequently shaking their heads and sniffing the hind legs of females. Some males even use their shells to press down on the female's shells, preventing them from swimming away. They have a rather calm demeanor but enjoy going out to seek attention from their owner. Radiated tortoises aren't too difficult if you understand their habits well. They usually have the habit of sunbathing, eating, and living on a fixed schedule. When you understand this, you'll recognize when a turtle is sick. When illness strikes, those habits are disrupted. In recent years, shrinking habitats and illegal hunting for their shells or captivity have pushed the radiated tortoise to the brink of extinction. This turtle is also known as the Yangtze giant softshell turtle, the largest freshwater turtle species in the world. It is listed as critically endangered in the IUCN Red List. The Shanghai softshell turtle is distinguished by its prominent long, pointed snout resembling a pig's. In terms of size, this species can reach over 100 centimeters in length and weigh between 120 to 140 kilograms when fully grown. This turtle has a shell wider than 50 centimeters and a head longer than 20 centimeters. They once lived in the Yangtze River, Lake Taihu, China, and the Red River, Vietnam. This is one of the rarest turtle species in the world, with its population declining severely. The last specimen was captured in the wild in 1972 in China. Various conservation measures are being implemented to prevent the extinction of this species. The eastern long-necked turtle is a common species, also known as the eastern snake-necked turtle. The longer the turtle's neck, the longer its shell will be. In some cases, this turtle's neck can be as long as its shell. This turtle species commonly inhabits freshwater areas such as ponds and lakes, and is particularly widespread in the southern region of Australia. The eastern long-necked turtle is an omnivorous species, with a highly varied diet that includes insects, worms, tadpoles, frogs, small fish, crustaceans, and mollusks. When threatened, they spray a foul-smelling liquid within a 1-meter range, forcing nearby animals to immediately retreat. The stinker. The turtle's shell is typically black, though some individuals may have a brown hue. It is broad and flat, notably with a deep groove running lengthwise down the middle. Individuals with a light base color will have a black border around them. The underside of the shell is very broad, with a creamy golden hue adorned with delicate black veins. The neck of Chelonida has a slender and narrow shape, with a length nearly equal to 60% of the carapace's length. The neck has many small, pointed nodules, with a gray to black dorsal surface, while the underside and narrow head are cream-colored. Females typically grow larger and have a deeper body shape than males. The maximum recorded size differs between females and males depending on their range. In the Somme-Murray environment, the sizes are 28.2 centimeters and 24.4 centimeters respectively. In Toulon, the rainfall reached only 21.6 centimeters, while in Chop, the figure was even lower at 18.8 centimeters. It is believed that this is related to the productivity of the local environment. The Pacific barrel eye fish is a species commonly known as the barrel eye. The American Morteray Trench Research Institute discovered this deep-sea creature using a remotely operated vehicle, ROV. According to reports, these remotely operated vehicles have successfully completed over 5,600 dives and recorded more than 27,600 video clips. However, they have only discovered this fish species 9 times. The strange fish has 2 small hollows where its eyes would normally be, but its true eyes are 2 glowing green spheres located behind its face and pointing toward the top of its head. According to researchers, the unique position of its eyes allows this strange creature to observe the waters above while foraging. Living in the deep sea, where food is extremely scarce, this adaptation not only provides a wide field of vision but also enables it to rotate its eyes forward when needed. The body of the barrel eye fish is primarily dark in color, while the upper part of its head is completely transparent, revealing its deeply recessed eyes, which are clearly visible inside. According to evolutionary biologists, fish develop such highly sensitive vision due to living in harsh environments where sunlight cannot penetrate. The barrel eye fish has a unique eye structure called tubular eyes, commonly found in deep-sea bottom-dwelling creatures. These eyes consist of multiple stacked retinal layers and a large lens, allowing them to capture the maximum amount of light from a specific direction. Initially, scientists believed that the barrel eye fish's eyes were fixed in place and seemed to provide only a narrow view of what was directly above their heads. But by 2019, a new study revealed that those strange eyes could rotate within the transparent membrane covering its head, helping it search for food and observe what lay ahead. Additionally, marine biologists discovered that it uses its large fins and inflated body parts to maintain a suspended state in the water. This means the surrounding creatures can hardly observe it clearly. Nguyen, the hidden predator lurking above, couldn't spot that animal but could look up to hunt small fish and plankton. When it spots suitable prey, the barrel eye fish darts out from the darkness and swiftly swallows its target whole. To avoid looking directly at the sun while swimming into shallow waters, this creature can rotate its eyes forward, allowing it to see its swimming path more clearly. Its eyes radiated a vibrant green hue, and scientists believe it may have evolved a special light-filtering membrane to reduce glare from sunlight. And focusing on detecting bioluminescence in small fish and jellyfish, its favorite prey. The flowerhorn cichlid is a popular ornamental fish known for its vibrant colors and distinctive large nuchal hump. It is highly favored among aquarium enthusiasts for its brilliant hues and unique body patterns. The flowerhorn cichlid, also known by its scientific name, has been one of the most beloved fish species in Vietnam for many years. Their most distinctive feature is the large hump on their head, resembling a lotus bud, a key factor in determining the value of a flowerhorn fish. The rarer the head, the higher the price. The flowerhorn cichlid typically has a fairly high price, ranging from 400,000 to 700,000 Vietnamese dongs for a juvenile fish. An adult fish can cost up to 10 million dong, with some even valued at hundreds of millions of dong. Adult fish often exhibit unique traits inherited from both parents, most notably their strikingly distinct iridescent body coloration. They have beautifully fanned tails and long, flowing fins, with eyes that are just the right size, neither too big nor too small. Adult flowerhorn cichlids typically grow to a size of 25 centimeters to 30 centimeters, depending on the species. Flowerhorn cichlids are very active, curious, enjoy swimming all around the tank, and often explore their surroundings. They enjoy messing with decorations like rocks and aquatic plants, so they are often kept separately in ornamental tanks. The queen parrotfish. Today, the queen parrotfish, Scarlet tetula, is a stunning and diver-friendly marine aquarium species. At night, it looked exactly like a shriveled-up bag of slime, literally. When the sun sets, this fish hides in rock crevices and secretes a slimy substance from a special gland located behind its gills. It secretes a blob of mucus over its head, looking exactly like a diving helmet. The net spreads wide toward the fish's tail and stretches for about 30 minutes or longer. The fish will lie still in this spacious slimy pouch. This species of fish can reach a maximum length of up to 61 centimeters. The fish has a unique green color, with pinkish-orange stripes along its body. On the snout and under the chin are blue streaks, with one running from the chin up to the eye, and another blue stripe crossing horizontally over the eye. On its back, there is a diagonal blue stripe running from the nape to the rear, while the tail lobes stand out with a vibrant orange-pink hue. The fish is dark brown with a white stripe running from behind the gill to the base of the tail. A small school of fish with pristine white bodies, adorned with alternating black and white horizontal stripes. The primary food source of this species is algae. Fish can live in a harem system, where multiple fish coexist within the same territory. Being protogynous hermaphrodites, scarlet and tula fish will change sex from female to male when they reach a size of about 25 centimeters. Notably, the maximum recorded lifespan for this species is 25 years. Red-lipped fish. The batfish is a marine fish species belonging to the family Ogchocephalidae, also known by another name as the red-lipped batfish. They usually appear in shallow waters and coral reefs in tropical and subtropical regions. The batfish has a peculiar shape with a flattened body and a head that looks as if it's been squashed flat. They can reach lengths of up to 0.6 meters. The batfish possesses many unique characteristics, making them stand out and completely distinct from ordinary marine fish species. The most striking feature is perhaps the luscious, seductive red lips, reminiscent of a woman's whisper. Those red lips serve to attract the male fish. With its alluring lips, this strange fish can attract mates and mesmerize unsuspecting prey, luring them into its trap with ease. Additionally, batfish have incredibly unique eyes. The eyes of a flounder are on either side of its head, allowing it to have a wider field of vision. This is extremely important because they hunt in the pitch-black environment of the deep sea. The diet of bats typically consists of fish, shrimp, and small reptiles. Their fins are like sturdy legs. When fully grown, their dorsal fin can transform into an effective weapon to lure prey. Batfish usually live in schools and move together to forage for food. They are quite timid fish, usually only venturing out when night falls. The batfish is an economically valuable species, often harvested for culinary and decorative purposes. They are also a commonly kept species in home aquariums. The lionfish is a strikingly colorful marine fish with long, flowing fins resembling a lion's mane. Renowned for its vibrant beauty, it is also feared for its venomous spines. These fish typically inhabit coral reefs and have become an invasive threat in many marine regions due to their rapid reproduction and lack of natural predators. The lionfish is one of the venomous marine fish species belonging to the Scorpionidae family, order Scorpioniformes. This fish is also known by many other names, such as turkeyfish, dragonfish, lionfish, or scorpionfish. Lionfish have a length ranging from 6.2 centimeters to 42.4 centimeters. The adult individual typically has an average length of about 38 centimeters and weighs an average of 480 grams. This fish has a lifespan of 5 to 15 years and is also considered one of the most beautiful creatures in the ocean. They have long tentacles, with their bodies adorned in vibrant stripes of colors like red, yellow, orange, brown, black, or white. Especially, the large thorns further accentuate their rare and magnificent beauty. However, don't let the lionfish's vibrant appearance fool you, as they are one of the most venomous fish species. The sting of a lionfish contains extremely potent venom, capable of causing intense pain in humans. Just getting pricked by one of their thorns in the back hurts enough to make you want to pass out. Although the lionfish's venom is not strong enough to be fatal, it can still cause difficulty breathing and nausea in victims. According to current information, there are a total of 12 existing lionfish species. Outwardly, they appear like ethereal fairies with pouting lips, but in truth, they are among the most ruthless assassins. The lionfish's diet mainly consists of small fish, juveniles or undersized fish, along with invertebrates and mollusks. They swam leisurely, so slowly as if standing still, yet when snapping at prey, they moved swiftly, almost too fast for the naked eye to follow. This species of fish is even more intelligent as they hunt in groups. With their wide fins, they easily corner their prey, then leisurely savor a delicious meal. During each breeding season, a female lionfish can produce 2 egg sacs, each containing approximately 15,000 eggs. They reproduce year-round, quickly forming large populations. Across the Atlantic coral reefs, aggressive lionfish wreak havoc and reproduce at an alarming rate. With their long, venomous dorsal spines, they are safely protected from all ocean predators. Just about 20 years after lionfish appeared in the Atlantic, it is estimated that marine biodiversity in the region has declined by up to 80%. However, if the venomous spines on its back are removed or the toxin is neutralized, the lionfish immediately becomes an enticing dish. Their meat has thick, firm fibers, an appealing white color, and a naturally sweet, fragrant flavor reminiscent of grouper. Betta fish. Betta fish originate from Thailand, where they were known as fierce warriors in betta fish fights. Small fish cost only a few dozen thousand dong, but large ones can reach thousands of dollars, depending on the fish's strong fighting ability in the arena. The betta fish has a flat, elongated body resembling a rectangle, with a small, slightly upturned mouth. The tilapia's head is elongated with large eyes, and its medium-sized scales give it a striking appearance. The ventral scales are shaped like sword blades, while the dorsal scales are located at the rear of the body. Through careful selective breeding, humans have created betta fish with exceptionally large, soft, and graceful dorsal and anal fins. They have a natural reddish-brown base color, adorned with streaks and speckles of blue-green, creating an incredibly vibrant picture. Ranchu, a traditional Japanese grilled fish dish. The ranchu goldfish is regarded as a symbol of luxury in the goldfish world, standing out for its unique and noble appearance. With its well-proportioned head, body, and tail, ranchu is not just an ornamental fish but also resembles a striking, living work of art. Extraordinary strength and fluid movements have made ranchu the epitome of perfection. The ranchu fish has a plump back and a well-proportioned body, meticulously raised, symbolizing class and luxury. In the Vietnamese and international ornamental fish community, ranchu are not just fish. They are living, one-of-a-kind artistic masterpieces. Fish enthusiasts are willing to spend big to own high-quality ranchu specimens. Freshwater stingray pond codot. The freshwater stingray pond codot embodies delicate beauty and uniqueness in the world of ornamental fish. This fish species originates from rivers in the Americas, renowned for its unique appearance and vibrant colors. The striking patterns and graceful swimming style make pond codot the top choice for aquarium enthusiasts. With profound feng shui significance and striking colors, the pond codot stingray is currently one of the most sought-after masterpieces in the ornamental fish market. Each one is worth up to $100,000, equivalent to approximately 2.27 billion Vietnamese dongs. For aquatic enthusiasts, this fish is not merely an ornamental pet but also a vibrant and unique living masterpiece. Fresh loach. The Picasso triggerfish is also known as the lagoon triggerfish. They primarily inhabit coral reef areas in the Pacific Ocean. Ca Chom Nguyen. This fish species is highly favored by Vietnamese aquarium enthusiasts for its vibrant, eye-catching colors. In some stores in big cities, this type of fish has just been introduced for sale, likely due to its relatively high price, reaching around 3 million dong per fish. These fish are sold at a higher price, around 3.5 to 4 million dong each. 9 mutated animals with the most bizarre shapes in nature that will make anyone shudder in fear upon seeing them. A 2-headed cockroach. Recently, biologists at the Sunside Serpent Research Institute in Florida, USA, successfully hatched 7 eggs of the Honduran milk cockroach. When they opened the nest, they were utterly astonished to discover a pair of twin cockroaches along with a two-headed albino cockroach. The remarkable thing is that the two-headed cockroach, a creature usually found only in legends, actually exists. Cockroaches are already terrifying creatures, but a two-headed one is even more astonishing. Not only does this cockroach have two heads, it also suffers from albinism. This two-headed cockroach is named Hoi and has lived for 8 years. This is extremely rare because, for most mutated cockroaches like Hoi, their two heads often compete or even attack each other. According to studies, the occurrence of two-headed cockroaches is extremely rare, with only about 1 in 10,000 individuals. Cases where the cockroach is both two-headed and albino are even rarer. Typically, albino creatures are entirely white in color. However, in cockroaches, albinism only manifests as a lack of dark pigment. As a result, we can still observe orange hues on this cockroach's body. Meanwhile, Daniel Bucker, a biologist, couldn't help but admire. Believe what I. Two-headed cockroaches often struggle with all activities because they have two brains issuing commands simultaneously. Two heads eat together, but the food goes into one belly. One-eyed vision. The occurrence of one-eyed animals is a genetic mutation, often resulting in death shortly after birth or only allowing brief survival. A one-eyed mutation commonly occurs in mammals, including humans. According to science, this malformation occurs due to a disruption in the formation of the brain and nasal cavity. However, the primary cause remains the impact of harmful substances and the increasingly severe environmental pollution on Earth. However, something extraordinary happened in a small village in China when a bizarre story caught everyone's attention. A one-eyed monkey was born. This monkey was born just like any other ordinary monkey, but it left the entire community in awe when people discovered it had only a single eye, right in the middle of its forehead. People say it has a pig-like face because of its big, wide hands and rosy cheeks. One-eyed monsters. Additionally, species such as turtles, dogs, rats, ostriches, deer, and pigs are also at risk of facing similar situations. Frank and Lewis are often called Franklin, a two-faced cat. Also known as the rising striped cat or two-faced cat, this species has a lifespan far exceeding typical expectations. In 2012, they were awarded the Guinness World Record for being the longest-lived two-faced cat. The cat is named Frank and Lewis with two different faces, but both share the same head. Although many two-faced cats often don't live long, Frank and Lewis were exceptions as both remained healthy until the age of 12. At first, people thought this little kitten would only survive for a few days. Thanks to the dedicated care of Nurse 2Y Martha Marty Stephen, the kitten recovered and grew up healthy. Frank and Lewis share one head, but have two faces, two mouths, two noses, and 3 pairs of blue eyes. This unique cat was born with only one mouth but has defied all the veterinarians' expectations. X is transparent. Recently, scientists discovered and stored approximately 60 mutated X specimens in the town of Gradnurol, located in the central Ku-Mung region of Russia. According to reports, these creatures have mutated with skin so transparent that their internal organs, bones, and even the beating of their hearts are clearly visible. According to experts, this phenomenon occurs due to severe water pollution, the primary habitat of amphibians. Toxic chemicals may have leaked into the environment, seeping into the soil or flowing into nearby rivers. This is the reason why aquatic species in this area have mutated. It is possible that these mutations occur during the larval stage, when the parasites invade the tadpoles and gradually develop in the froglets. Scientists also warn that in the current context of increasingly severe environmental pollution, not only this frog species but many other organisms could undergo mutations and become more deformed and terrifying than before. Therefore, starting today, we must take the protection of our own living environment seriously. A Mexican resident recently discovered an albino shark fetus with a bizarre feature, a single eye located right in the middle of its face. The fetus of this one-eyed shark was extracted from the belly of a bull shark caught in the waters of Baja California, Mexico. The shark appearing with a pink hue in July made many suspect it was just a Photoshop creation. However, after thoroughly examining this strange creature, shark researchers confirmed that the one-eyed shark was real, though it could not survive even if born normally. According to shark researcher Felipe Ganval Margana from a research center in Mexico, this is an extremely rare phenomenon. Globally, the number of one-eyed creatures ever recorded has not exceeded 50 cases. The one-eyed deformed shark is called Cyclopea, named after the Cyclops character in mythology. This is an extremely rare congenital deformity. This fever causes the forebrain to lose control, resulting in the inability to form normal eyes. Creatures or humans born with this syndrome have only a single eye located right in the middle of their forehead. The dog only has 2 legs. Fett is an adorable dog just like any other normal pup, with the only difference being that he only has 2 hind legs. Too small. The dog. This animal was born on Christmas night in 2002. Unlike its healthy 4-legged siblings, it had a congenital defect from birth. The tiny front legs were shriveled and useless, leaving only the hind legs to luckily help it swim through the day. Even its own mother rejected it, denying the poor creature a taste of her milk. The owner of the disabled dog believed the poor animal couldn't survive in this world, so they threw it in the trash. Fortunately, a kind-hearted man named Sir Stringfellow took the poor creature in to nurse it back to health. She still held steadfast hope that one day this poor creature would rise up and face life, so she named it Fett, meaning faith. Currently, Fett really enjoys walking. Wherever he goes, he catches everyone's attention. With a little Fett, notably, the character Peeves was also considered for inclusion in one of the Harry Potter films. Silk, a miracle from nature. This unique car appeared at Gracia and amazed everyone with its 8 wheels and a system featuring both male and female reproductive organs. The miraculous and meaningful moments of Z's survival journey have been widely shared. Though that miracle didn't last long, Mr. Popperick, the owner of Z, still cherished the beautiful memories of nature's magic among the animal world. Uncle Z was known as the miracle of nature. Though his life was short, he left a profound mark in his owner's heart. The uniqueness and wonder of Z-Net have become an inspiration for pet lovers, while also offering profound lessons about anticipation and expectations in the animal world. Angel cat. A cat in China's Sichuan province has amazed many people by growing a pair of unusual wings, each measuring over 10 centimeters in length. The cat's owner recounted that at first, they looked like 2 small lumps, but they grew very quickly, transforming into wings within just a month. Wings had sprouted on its back, making the cat look like an angel. Even though the cat can't fly with these wings, sometimes it can still move them nimbly. That strangeness has attracted many tourists to visit the small village. Experts suggest that this may be a case of pigmentary change spots, but it does not affect the cat's normal daily activities. The cat owner said this phenomenon occurred after the cat was attacked by a group of female cats. A few months ago, the female cats launched relentless attacks, and afterward, wings began to sprout from the back of one of the cats. Scientists believe this could be the result of burning sage, a cat's scratching habit, or a skin-related medical condition. The white tiger, the lord of the jungle, is an exceptionally unique animal. The white tiger, a creature hailed as the lord of the jungle, never fails to amaze us with its utterly unique traits. Kenny, a tiger with a unique appearance, underwent a strange transformation unlike any other. This white tiger was born from inbreeding, resulting in deformities, making it one of the least visually appealing tigers in the world. Not only that, but Kenny also has problems with his vision. With a short nose, broad face, slightly protruding teeth, and wide-set eyes, this adorable tiger always appears friendly despite living in an enclosure due to physical disabilities. According to reports, tigers with deformities caused by inbreeding typically have short lifespans, but Kenny lived for 10 years before dying in 2008 from cancer. Susan Bass, a representative from Florida's Big Cat Rescue, had high praise for the tiger Kenny. She described him as a wonderful mascot, always affectionate and deeply bonded with his caretakers. Approximately 80% of newborn white tigers are not expected to survive, and the rest typically have very short lifespans. The white tigers commonly seen in zoos are the result of selective breeding primarily between Bengal tigers and Siberian tigers, carried out at numerous breeding facilities worldwide. The breeding of white tigers has been banned in the US due to issues related to the reproduction process of this particular tiger species. 7 of the largest mutant creatures to ever exist on Earth, including a species with ultra-hard armor the size of a car. Grooved teeth. This giant animal measures over 3 meters in length and weighs up to nearly 2 tons. Currently, they primarily inhabit North and South America. Additionally, The Cryptodon species also has a rather long and robust nose. Alongside that is a full body armor, assembled from over 1,000 pieces of white bone. They are gentle herbivores, living peacefully and never having to fear predators. Based on the damage marks found on the fossilized shell of Cryptodon, scientists believe this species was rarely targeted by other predators. Instead, they often clash to gain control over territory or compete for mates. The colossal legs reach up to 15 meters in length. Titanoboa is the largest snake ever known to humans. The size and shape of its fossilized vertebrae are often compared to those of modern snakes and pythons. Researchers estimate that when fully grown, this creature could measure over 15 meters in length and weigh around 1.1 tons, 10 times the weight of a modern adult anaconda. Scientists still haven't figured out why this species grew to such enormous size. Many hypotheses suggest that during the Paleocene, Colombia was a hot and humid tropical region with average temperatures reaching up to 32 degrees Celsius. The warm climate of Earth during that period allowed cold-blooded arthropods to grow much larger than their modern-day relatives. This giant theropod once coexisted during the same period as other dinosaurs like Majungasaurus, Mexicosaurus, and Rhonovis. With its enormous size, Titanoboa could easily swallow dinosaurs whole to satisfy its hunger. Regarding the reason for the extinction of the giant snake Titanoboa, many believe it was due to Earth undergoing periods of sudden temperature changes. Cold-blooded animals will face significant challenges in adapting to low-temperature environments. Humans on Earth have created mysterious stone tunnels in South America. Today, sloths are quite small in size, but their ancient ancestors were completely different. Ground sloths could reach nearly 4 meters in height and weigh over 4 tons. The Megatherium once lived and roamed throughout the forests of South America. Their fossils are often found in Argentina, Uruguay, and Bolivia, proving that this species existed from 400,000 to 8,000 years ago. Although they can move on all fours, they are also capable of standing upright on their hind legs to reach their full height, allowing them to access distant leaves beyond their normal reach. However, like modern sloths, the giant ground sloth also moved very slowly. Perhaps it was slower than any other creature alive at that time. Ground sloths can dig tunnels longer than 6 meters thanks to their sharp and massive claws. However, we also discovered thousands of massive rock tunnels dug by this species, stretching up to tens of meters in length. According to geologists, massive tunnels like these were not dug by a single individual or a group of giant ground sloths in a short time, but rather the result of many generations of this species digging over hundreds of years. Sagan-Toby-2 was the largest primate species ever to appear on Earth. They belong to the group of giant apes, with a weight that could reach nearly 300 kilograms. Currently, we have only found a small number of fossil specimens of this ancient primate species. The archaeologists believe they could have been nearly 4 meters tall and were likely the ancestors of modern orangutans. They lived in Southeast Asia from approximately 6 to 9 million years ago and went extinct around 1,000 years ago. Based on previously discovered fossil samples, paleontologists believe this species may have fed on plants, fruits, seeds, and possibly even grass. While most prehistoric animals of that time foraged in both forests and grasslands, this ancient ape lived exclusively in dense forest environments. As forest areas shrink, their food sources also gradually become scarce. And this is precisely the reason why this giant primate species went extinct. In fact, it was not until 1935 that humanity discovered the existence of this primate species. Later, Gustav von Collegral, a German paleontologist, discovered several fossilized ape teeth in China. The prehistoric animal with thick fur once lived and roamed across the Eurasian region. Woolly tezek looks almost identical to the modern tezek. Like the non-modern tezek species, they also possess 2 horns, a large one at the front and a smaller one between the eyes. However, unlike modern tezek, they possessed thick fur, longer heads and bodies, and shorter legs. The sheepskin-clad figure also boasts a prominent, thick mane on the shoulders. About 14,000 years ago, before going extinct, the woolly tezek once lived and roamed widely. Its rock bundles have been discovered in Spain, Siberia, and Korea. Therefore, the woolly rhinoceros occasionally appears in ancient cave paintings, though not as commonly as mammoths or bison. In 2020, local residents in eastern Siberia accidentally discovered a frozen baby woolly rhinoceros in the permafrost. The carcass was so well preserved that its internal organs, fur, and even its horn remained intact. However, to this day, no one has mentioned the effort to recreate and revive the Tezek hard-haired species, similar to how some want to restore the mammoth. The 68 kilograms water hog calmly stands among crocodiles thanks to its special ability. Friendliest beauty queen, KY really enjoys making friends with all kinds of animals, from birds, cats, and monkeys to even carnivorous creatures like crocodiles. They mainly live in South America, especially Brazil, and often form large groups of up to dozens of individuals. The giant water hog can reach an enormous size, weighing up to 68 kilograms when fully grown, standing about 60 centimeters tall and measuring 1.2 meters in length. Unlike other common rat species that gnaw and damage vegetables, harming crops, this particular rat species primarily feeds on grass. Capybaras view their feces as a source of gut flora, aided by bacteria that digest cellulose, allowing them to maximize protein and vitamin absorption from grass. This species of rat also has the ability to regurgitate and re-chew its food, much like a cow. True to its name, this giant rat particularly favors aquatic environments. They are skilled swimmers thanks to their webbed feet, which allow the shrews to move easily through the water. Guinea pigs can dive and stay underwater for up to 5 minutes. In fact, these rodents can even mate or sleep while submerged, as long as they keep their noses above the water's surface. Thanks to their excellent swimming skills, they have escaped the claws of wildcats, the sharp talons of eagles, and the pursuit of anacondas many times. Thanks to its strong and large legs, this rodent can run extremely fast despite its massive body, reaching a top speed of 9.8 meters per second, on par with the speed of a soccer player. The water vole will quickly escape when detecting danger thanks to this ability. This species of water deer is extremely friendly, which is why they are regarded as ambassadors of peace in the animal world. Walking chairs. Animals often like to approach water sources to drink. Therefore, the sight of birds or monkeys sitting on the trellis is no longer a strange thing. No matter how fierce the crocodile is, it never phases the water hog. Sometimes it lies calmly next to the crocodile without a trace of worry. Giant cockroaches inhabit the Amazon rainforest. Zets are found in nearly every habitat on Earth, but none are as impressive as the giant Amazon zet. This species also has another name, Scolopisia gigantea. This is the zay species, famous for having the largest set of scriptures in the world. The adult fish can reach an average length of up to 30 centimeters. Not only that, they also possess extremely dangerous venom and can even hunt bats for food. That's why the locals call them zay dan roy. In a 2005 published paper, the zay species was described as capable of hunting and consuming up to 3 different bat species in the area. This is considered an extremely impressive feat because deer are very fast-moving animals with an exceptionally keen sense of smell. Their first tactic was to quietly crawl onto the shore, hide near the sand dunes, then approach the weakened stragglers clinging to the area. The zay species is renowned for its unique characteristic. Each segment of their body has a pair of legs. But the legs on their first segment had transformed into a part resembling tweezers. This toxic vapor helps them constrict their prey and inflict often severe wounds. A notable feature of the Colobata gigantea bat is their ability to catch prey mid-flight by hanging upside down from cave ceilings, using their hind legs like dangling vines. The second skill that makes them formidable killers is their extremely potent venom, capable of taking down even large prey. The research team once observed a gigantea clinging to the cave ceiling while feeding on a Megalophila bat. To maintain balance while flying, they only used their 5 hind leg pairs to dangle in the air. Zay used its first 8 pairs of legs to tightly grip the bat, then began eating from the neck, gradually moving down to the chest, and finally the abdomen. When the researchers collected 2 honey samples, the Zay bat had consumed an amount of food equivalent to 35% of its body weight. Although bats, snakes, and many other small venomous animals face a major threat from giant Zay, they do not pose a significant danger to humans. The sting of a Zay causes pain, swelling, tissue necrosis, and infection, but is usually not life-threatening, except in cases of a second sting or anaphylactic shock. Dear friends, the world is home to countless strange and terrifying creatures, but to this day, they remain unsolved mysteries to humanity. They rarely appear before human eyes, yet always spark curiosity, fuel imagination, and sow fear in people's hearts. They have become the subject of countless sci-fi films, documentaries, books, and even songs. However, do these creatures truly exist, or have they ever existed, or are they merely products of human imagination or hoaxes? Whether you believe it or not, encountering it in real life, in a dream, or even just thinking about it is enough to send chills down your spine, right? What do you think about those giant, terrifying creatures up there? Goodbye for now, see you all later.